Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. Two teens in Prince Albert have been charged with second-degree murder related to the homicide of a 27-year-old yesterday. Prince Albert police responded to 14th Street East on Thursday morning before 2 a.m. for a report of a stabbing. Officers found a woman suffering from serious injuries who was taken to hospital, but she was later pronounced dead. Police have identified her as 27-year-old Daina Gauthier. Police arrested and charged a 16-year-old boy and a 15-year-old girl with second-degree murder. They will make their first appearance in provincial court on Tuesday. Prince Albert RCMP say a 34-year-old man is dead after a possible vehicle-pedestrian collision. A little before 2 a.m. Thursday, Prince Albert RCMP received a call about an injured person on Highway 11 near McDowell. Responding EMS declared the 34-year-old man deceased at the scene. His family has been notified. Investigation suggests it was a pedestrian vehicle collision, but the involved vehicle did not remain at the scene. Anyone with information about the incident is encouraged to contact Prince Albert RCMP or submit a tip through Crime Stoppers. The death of a 24-year-old man is being investigated as a homicide. Police were called last night just before 7 o'clock to the 200 block of Avenue V South in the Pleasant Hill neighborhood of Saskatoon for an injured person lying outside. The man was taken to hospital where he died of his injuries. There's no word on whether any arrests have been made. This is Saskatoon's 8th homicide of the year. A man is facing impaired driving charges after a vehicle slammed into a business on 8th Street in Saskatoon. Police say they were called to a parking lot in the 3900 block of 8th Street East. When officers got there and approached the vehicle, the driver accelerated and drove into the store. Details at home. SPS says the driver was showing signs of impairment and refused to comply with a breath test. The 36-year-old is facing charges of impaired driving, refusing to comply with demand, driving while prohibited, and breaching court conditions. Details at home says it will be closed until Tuesday to deal with the smashed front window. And another driver has been hit with a charged impaired driving charge after a vehicle ended up in a slough on Highway 16 near Saskatoon. Corman Park police say when officers got to the scene, the driver was sitting in the vehicle in waist-deep water. Police got the driver to walk to shore where the person was charged with impaired driving and refusing to provide a breath sample. Members of the Saskatoon Fire Department went into the water to confirm no one else was inside the vehicle. The driver was not injured. Saskatoon officials are searching for a woman last seen in the South Saskatchewan River. The Saskatoon Fire Department says just before noon, a woman and her dog were reported in the river. A buoy near Spadina and Ravine Drive marks the spot she was last reported to be seen. Saskatoon Police and Corman Park Police Services are using their drones to assist with search efforts. The fire department's water rescue teams and dive teams have been deployed. Now they're switching sonar.
Now we're transitioning to a sonar activities in order to search a larger area and quicker.
The fire department says it's hoping to rescue the woman, but is currently calling it a recovery mission. All right, Jeff, we've landed on the eve of the long weekend and pretty good temperatures, I think, right through to the end of the long weekend.
Well, you know what? It all depends on how you define good, because temperatures are going to be dropping off, particularly on holiday Monday, John. But at the moment, you are absolutely right about the hot temperatures today will continue, not just continuing tomorrow, getting hotter on Saturday, cooling off to more seasonal values, but with some wind, significant wind on Sunday, and then Monday a bit on the cool side. But right now, we're keeping our eye on, we talked about this yesterday, the possibility that down in southeastern Saskatchewan, the possibility of some stronger storms. That's sort of the bullseye there between the Saskatchewan and Manitoba border. We can certainly see reflections like that on the radar. So we'll keep our eye on that situation. There's also a little something showing up in the north. And again, something to keep our eye on as we move forward.
The city of Saskatoon is putting temporary restrictions on new AI data centers while the city studies their potential benefits and risks. City Councillor Scott Ford wants the city to be prepared, so he asked city administration to examine the risks and rewards, including potential jobs, tax revenue, and energy demand associated with AI data centers. The motion passed unanimously. It comes as the Saskatchewan NDP criticizes the province's handling of Bell's 300-megawatt data center to be built in the RM of Sherwood. The opposition wants the province to release an environmental analysis related to the project.
When we look at the legislation and what triggers an environmental assessment, it is clear that this project should trigger an environmental assessment.
The province says an environmental impact assessment has not been completed for the Sherwood AI Data Centre project and that it's not required. It says all data centres must comply with municipal, provincial and federal legislation that includes getting permits and approvals. Bell is the parent company of CTV News. WestJet has started parking planes ahead of a weekend strike and lockout. The company says labor negotiations with the union representing cabin crew have not resulted in an agreement. WestJet says in order to minimize the stranding of aircraft and passengers, it's parking its fleet of 737 planes. The union has given strike notice for early Sunday morning, and the airline has responded with a lockout notice. Passengers are encouraged to check their flight status before coming to the airport. The company says WestJet Encore flights on Q400 planes, as well as code share flights with airline partners, will not be affected. For anyone wondering about the giant tent that went up at the South Hill Mall, Europa Super Circus is in town. This is the circus's second tour of Canada, and it's the first stop in Prince Albert. About a dozen international performers began shows on Thursday night, and they'll be staying in Prince Albert until Sunday before heading off to Lloydminster and Saskatoon. Circus owner Jeffrey Bearhole says one of his favorite things about working as a circus performer is traveling to new places with his team.
We move town to town every week, so we always discover a new town, a new province, sometimes a new country. For Canada last year.
The cast members say they've been able to get out and see some of the local hotspots, including historic downtown. When we come back, recapping a 4-day firefighting camp for girls. Find out where this year's Camp Molly was held and how you can get involved next year. I'm joined by Deputy Fire Chief Krista Bull and Fire Chief Jen Cowles. We're here talking today about Camp Molly. Camp Molly actually just took place, and I want you, Krista, to give us a little bit of a rundown. What is Camp Molly?
So Camp Molly is a 4-day intensive camp that we run girls between the ages of 15 and 18. Yeah, we take them from day one, where we're just introducing them to our gear and the proper PPE, all the way to the last day where they get to tackle live fire and search and rescue and combat challenges.
All right. Now, I understand that this program has been going on a little bit more longer out in Ontario, maybe in 2019, but in 2024, I believe it came out west. And so we recently just had a camp out in La Ronge. So can you tell me a little bit about what happened there at the camp, Jen?
It was a great camp we had in La Ronge. We approached La Ronge Regional Fire Station last year, said, hey, I think this would be a great initiative to bring to the north. So they were on board 100%. We had a small group of girls, which was really good because they did have some one-on-one instruction. We took them through. Day one was, I don't know if I can put fire gear on, or I'm not sure I can do this, to they popped doors, they did vehicle extrication, we did search and rescue, medical training. We brought them through pretty much every evolution in the fire service, so they had some exposure. We even introduced them to wildland firefighting, took them to the SPSA base. And by day 4, these girls were different girls. They were confident, they were excited, they were taking on these challenges. Lots of firefighters are concerned about putting air, wearing the masks. These girls jumped in, did it, and then did it again and again to do better and better. So we were very proud of them at the end of the 4 days.
You were telling me, Krista, a little bit earlier that there was someone who has gone through the camp and is now actually getting involved with the fire service. So that's got to be incredibly rewarding for you guys who put on this camp to see the fruits of your labor.
Absolutely. I will speak to Ava. She was in my very first camp, and right from the moment that I met her, she was a firecracker, and she put in so much effort and so much energy. She was always there. She was the first there every day and the last to leave every night. And when she finished the camp, she reached out and asked if she could be a part of our junior program for the White City Fire Department, and we welcomed her with open arms, and that's what created our junior firefighter program. And since then, she has gone through to be a paramedic and is well on her way to becoming a full-fledged firefighter.
And I'm assuming everybody, I mean, the goal of this program is to get more girls involved and more girls into the fire service. But I think if you come out of this experience having gained a little bit of knowledge about yourself, maybe a little confidence, I'm assuming you guys as organizers, you're okay with that as well?
Absolutely. I was saying earlier that this camp, even if you didn't want to become a firefighter or have a career in emergency services, this camp all on its own brings so much confidence, and being able to watch these young women face their fears in a safe environment, and then watch what that looks like on the other side of it, right? And I always start the camp saying, you're not going to recognize the person that you become in 4 days. And every single one of them this year said that. I don't even remember who I was at the start of this camp.
Well, this is actually reminding me, and it's kind of like the shoe is on the other foot. And Jen, you mentioned just before we started this interview that something about igniting the fire, and that's not difficult for a firefighter, but this is also a little bit of a chicken soup for the firefighter soul for you guys as well.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I know I hear comments from the instructors saying, you know, it reminds me why I got into this service and why I love my job. And even for us, I know that the Deputy Fire Chief White City, myself being a fire chief, and the other fire chief of White City, we don't work maybe as hard physically as we do at Camp Molly. So it's really nice to get us doing our skills again as well. And I know that Chief Terrio can attest to that as well. We were both soaked with just working so hard that teaching these girls the vehicle extrication, and it is really fun to get back into using the tools and using the equipment and still testing ourselves that we can do it.
If somebody's interested in finding out more about Camp Molly or about maybe some future dates out west here, where's the best place to go, or who's the best place to reach out to?
Well, the Camp Molly website is always the best place to go, so campmolly.com. And we actually have some really exciting news that I found out this morning, and our next camp next year will be in Humboldt.
Perfect. All right. Well, there you go.
It's enough to host our initiative next year, which is amazing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to go reach out on the website, go to campmolly.com. and make sure you get yourself applied, or at least find out all the good information. Krista Bull here, Jen Cowles giving us all the information about Camp Molly. Jeff has the long weekend weather forecast coming right up, and sister surgeons helping save lives side by side. All right, Jeff, I'm going to sit here stewing about one of the images that you've got up on your weather forecast, and we'll return to it. But in the meantime, give us the rundown on weather this weekend.
Well, hey, this weekend we've got ourselves, it was a tale of two cities. Oh, how Dickensian. We've got ourselves a couple of, including today, hot days, and then things start to cool down, and then a cool day. So it's sort of, you know, a couple of nice ones, a couple of cool ones. So that's where my little divider line is. As you can see, we do have some action going on in northern Saskatchewan. There's a bit of a trough line extending down from a low, and that's triggering some unsettled conditions and active weather. And then another line of storms that's extending into the United States, down into parts of Montana and the Dakotas, and sliding across. And as it does, and we anticipated that the southeastern part of Saskatchewan, southwestern Manitoba would be a bit of a locus for that kind of stuff. I just want to point out that if travel plans on the long weekend are taking you out towards Ontario or Quebec, it's going to be pretty unsettled over the weekend, and it also includes parts of Atlantic Canada. It looks like you know, some showers and rain, and it doesn't look as though there's going to be a back-to-back sunny days or anything like that. But that's what's going on in that respect. Out on Canada's west coast, that persistent onshore flow. Good news in terms of rain for the north coast and parts of the parts of northern BC, but the interior going to be some cooler temperatures. But we were hoping for a bit more in the way of rain because of the wildfire wildfires. So they've also got wildfires down in Washington State and Oregon, too. Let's take a look at our future cast. As you can see, sort of that same situation. The storm track arches over much of the prairie provinces. The jet stream and that high-pressure area anchored in the States continue to work in conjunction to move that storm track north along the jet stream. So we've got that going on, and you can see that a bit more in the way of intense storm activity in the far northwestern corner of Saskatchewan and far north, at least as we make our way into Saturday. So for the Lakeland region in and around Prince Albert, Spiritwood 12 degrees, 13 for the Battlefords, 13 for Candle Lake and Birch Hills and Rosthern, 14 for Nipawin and Melfort for overnight temperatures, and clear or partly cloudy skies, not anticipating much in the way of rain. Then into the mainly sunny conditions on Saturday for Spiritwood, we're looking at 29 degrees, 32 for the Battlefords, 29 with mainly sunny skies in Candle Lake and Birch Hills and Rosthern. The same situation for Nipawin, 29 degrees there, so some great conditions to be out at Tobin Lake. And then Melfort, 28 degrees and mainly sunny skies. So yes, temperatures certainly above seasonal, and in cases like the Battlefords, well above seasonal. Here we go for the Prince Albert region, 13 degrees, so with mainly clear skies and a few clouds out there, but winds out of the southeast at 20, but backing off. And then tomorrow, well, those winds really pick up. We do have wind gusts up to 50 kilometers an hour, so we're not going to call it officially windy, but we'll go with breezy, upwardly breezy. There we go, my new novel. Mainly sunny skies, 29 degrees. And here's the 7-day outlook. As I mentioned, things start to cool off to slightly below seasonal values and really quite windy conditions on Sunday with wind gusts up to 60 kilometers an hour. And then on holiday Monday, you can still get out there and do some outdoor activities, but just be mindful of the fact it will be mainly cloudy and 16 degrees. Back to work Tuesday, 22. And then for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, mainly cloudy skies and 23, which is a couple of points below seasonal.
All right, Jeff, and here's my bone to pick with that Monday image. The boat, it was kind of looking like the nose was getting a little too high up. Is that a trim problem? You got to trim down?
It's a little choppy. The water was choppy. Some white caps out there, you know.
Okay, there you go. I guess it is Saskatchewan, so the water's probably going to have some chop on it for sure.
There you go.
All right. Well, Jeff, the Riders hope to take a win out of Edmonton in their own backyard, but they'll be doing it shorthanded.
Regulation, four-man rush for Turner to the right again. It's caught. No! A good hit by Milligan.
Roland Milligan Jr. and A.J. Ouellette are both on the 6-game injured list. Milligan had just returned from a shoulder injury, but left practice this week with a lower body ailment. Ouellette is also dealing with a leg injury suffered last week at home. Samuel Emelis will be a game-time decision. If he doesn't suit up, that means former Huskies receiver Daniel Wiebe could get into the lineup. Coach Corey Mace is expecting a full stadium on Saturday.
Those guys, they want to feel like they're playing in a big-time game, and anytime you walk into a stadium that's got a bunch of fans going crazy, either for you or against you, you know, that reminds you of, you know, kind of the gladiator in the arena feeling.
Kickoff is at 5 o'clock Saturday in Edmonton on TSN. The Moose Jaw Warriors are saying goodbye to the coach that led the team to its first WHL championship in 2024. Head coach Mark O'Leary has accepted an assistant coaching position with the AHL's Abbotsford Canucks. After joining the Warriors as an assistant in 2012, O'Leary replaced Tim Hunter in the middle of the 2019-2020 season, making the playoffs 3 times. The Warriors have already chosen O'Leary's replacement. Associate coach Scott King will take over as head coach. King spent the last 8 years as an assistant with the Warriors.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
Two sisters from Montreal are working side by side to save lives. As Sweeta Rassi tells us, the pair are both surgeons working together to take care of other families.
When Cynthiana Dumitra was just a kid, she knew she wanted to be a doctor after her aunt had frequent heart surgeries.
She used to disappear for periods of time, and then she would go to the doctor and suddenly she would be better, and that meant I was getting to play with her more. So that, for me, doctors were somebody that were going to give your family back.
Her younger sister, Theodora, who goes by Teddy, had other plans.
I didn't want to be a surgical oncologist. Actually, I wanted to be a ballerina when I grew up.
But medicine won out. The sisters are originally from Romania and have experienced challenging times. They moved to Montreal at a young age and pursued their paths while never forgetting the roots.
You don't even realize it. It's just that you have no option but to succeed because so many people have sacrificed for you to be here.
Today, they work side by side in the same clinic at the MUHC as surgical oncologists. Cinziana performs mostly open surgery, while Teddy does mostly robotic surgery. But for the sisters, family has always been at the core of their work, and the pearl necklaces they each wear are a daily reminder.
Our mom gave this to us as a gift when we were younger, her when she graduated med school, me when I was 18 years old. And it's basically like having a part of our family with us every day.
When they're in the operating room together, it's a dynamic they wouldn't have any other way.
I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's very chaotic for the people around us because we do talk over each other. So the way that we behave towards each other is a little bit familiar.
And it all comes down to one thing.
We really do feel like it's our family taking care of other families, and we will never forget that when we take care of our patients. I think it's what makes it exciting to come to work every day and what brings us joy at the end of the day in this very hard job.
For these two sisters, caring for their patients will always be personal. Sweeta Rassi, CTV News.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
That is very cool. That's a great story.
Not bad. You know what else is cool? Is shade.
Yes. Believe me, I know.
Yeah, and that's not all, though, Jeff. Sometimes ice is nice, right? There you go. Well, that's how these polar bears at the Prague Zoo are cooling off. Zookeepers decided to put out tons of ice cubes as Europe hit another heat wave this week. And those two wasted no time rolling in the beds of ice. And the bears, those two are actually twins. So, Jeff, the temperature got up to 38 degrees later on in the day there in Prague. So, have you ever been to Prague?
I've never been to Czechoslovakia. Have you when you were a hockey player?
I did, actually. And the first thing I noticed, we got off the plane at 15 years old. I turned around. There was an armed military man. And then to the other side, there was a beer vending machine. So I thought, if you can't get ice cubes, then just go to the vending machine and cool off.